Okay, hello. So sorry for the delay today. And I had some meetings that rolled over and then some other appointments that didn't go as planned and everything wasn't. But we're going to get started very, very soon. Yeah, so just waiting to have Kende in and then we can get started with the conversation. There is a technical mishap also. Okay, we'll figure this out. Okay, so, okay. Let me go back here. Hello, Kendi, can you hear me?
Yes, I think I have to join with
Oh,
my phone. My laptop is
okay.
not showing my video. I don't know why.
Okay. So, will you try with your phone?
I'm coming to use tap the Safari icon. Let me try to
Okay. Yeah.
see if I
We
can.
can just wait a little bit. Yeah, I think you can use your phone also to join. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know why my laptop does not show. I've been having that problem for a while. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh, how do I leave? Okay, found it.
I've removed that. I've removed that. I've removed
Okay.
that. Yeah. Hello. It's good to see your face.
Hmm. It's good to see you too.
Oh
What
my goodness.
happened?
Okay, I was on my phone. I'm just trying to put it off. Okay, I think we have some people on LinkedIn already. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Today has been. I'm traveling tomorrow, so I have to go to the salon. And getting there was a lot of people, but and also I bought a laptop charger that wasn't working. I have to return it, except I'm
Oh,
going to lose my money. And
wow.
yeah, so the meeting is going to be recorded. So definitely, so I will definitely apologize for a lot of people who join and they will just be waiting. And also, I know you two you came early and
Yeah.
I'm so sorry and some of the technical glitch that we have. So it's good to see you again.
To
Kehinde. How
see
have
you
you been?
too. I have been good. Just hanging in there.
Yeah,
How?
so like US is not strange to you. You've been there before. So
Yes.
how are you finding the weather and everything?
Well, we were in Texas first time. And
Oh,
Texas,
okay.
it was really hot. Like,
Texas is a hot country. Yeah. I
yeah.
would say country because it's a very big state.
Yeah, it's like its own country on its own. But then Michigan is cold. It's not winter yet, but I don't know. My body does not tolerate cold that well. So that's that's the only thing. But I guess I'm adjusting. Well, I can't say I'm adjusting. Maybe when it starts to snow, That's when I'll know whether
Yeah,
I'm adjusting or not. But
yeah,
weather is not bad now. It's cold, but you can still go out without a jacket.
yeah. That's
But
true. So we just get into autumn now. So I think in few months, maybe like October, November, yeah, you start to feel the wind and the coldness and stuff. But with all of this climate change and stuff, we don't even know yet how
so is it
this.
still hot there?
Yeah, it's still warm, really. Even like I went out today in shorts, so it's okay. And it's confusing, really. It's what is going on because it's supposed to be a little bit cold, but
I
it's
think
still
I think
warm.
it's the same here because it's like sometimes in the morning it's as cold as 14 degrees or 13. And then I'm thinking, it's not even winter yet. So when
Yeah.
is now? So
No,
what's
be
winter
expecting
going to be?
minus. I'm telling you, possibly, especially in the US. Some I think last year they were minus stuff, so it was that cold. So it's very very possible to have that. Okay, so yeah, it's good to catch up with you. I think we've not seen until after um the Lagos event we had after NWF.
Um, I think yeah, I was there.
You came to Lagos, right, for the reunion?
Yes, that was before the elections, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that was the last time. So probably I'll come to the US one of these days when
Come
my
on.
twins give me the time.
How are
So
they though?
yeah, and maybe I'll come. So it's really nice to meet you. So can you just like give us a little bit introduction? I know you, but I know a lot of people may not. So can you give us a little bit introduction about yourself? Yeah.
Okay. My name is Kaide Oladeji. I'm currently a graduate teaching assistant in Western Michigan University studying communication. My background is in Russian language, interestingly.
Russian. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I undergraduate, but then I pivoted to mass communication by taking a postgraduate diploma in mass comm in Nigeria.
Wow. I need
Yes.
to know more about that. Russia.
Yes. I am also a spoken word artist and a public speaker. I love public speaking. So that influenced my decision to study communication.
That's
And I
great.
sew also. I'm a fashion designer. My
Yeah,
Mandela
I love your
Washington
fashion work.
experience was as a fashion designer, actually. So communication is like a new venture for me, kind of. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's actually brilliant what you've done. I'm a very huge fan of your work, definitely. Like, I love your writings. They're really amazing. And
Thank
also
you.
in fashion too. You're just amazing. Your work, everything. I know they're going to miss you a lot in Nigeria, but don't stop designing clothes, definitely.
Well, I
Maybe
hope to
we
resume.
see you on the runway and see your designs
Probably
very
not.
soon.
Probably not a runway. Maybe like a ready-to-wear brand. That's
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah.
know
We can't
probably.
tell. Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting for that.
Yeah.
So when I saw your post, I'm like, oh my god, yeah. I was really excited for you, and I wasn't surprised at all because I know that you're an amazing person. Aside from being an MWF fellow, also your work, your writing are great, and also your business also in fashion and things that you do. So when I saw um your post about, yeah, I was like it's a huge congratulations, but I was like excited, but at the same time like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Kende is an amazing person, so that's
Thank you.
but also like I know it's not simple, like even though like you understand the ecosystem and everything, you've been a lab fellow, you've compete in this. Lab fellowship is huge, a lot of people across the continent, but uh I just want to like I know you itemize like a lot of things. Like there's a lot of questions that a lot of people really want to know. And one thing I want to understand right now myself also is why the decision to go to the US? Do you have other alternatives aside the US in mind? why I'm not anti-US, but US is a good country actually. It's a good place. But why did you? I think that's the first decision. Like, why did you
Yeah.
give your mind for US and stuff?
Okay, so my decision to study mass communication, to do a postgraduate diploma in mass communication, was actually in pursuit of studies in Canada.
Oh,
Right. So like my mom had been gingering me, like, go do this, get renew your passport. But like I didn't really take it serious because I wasn't fully convinced about Canada. That's
okay.
because I was still primarily doing my clothing line, and I didn't really know what the fashion space. I didn't really know much about the fashion space there. I was like, well, okay, I didn't renew my passport, but let me try to do the PGD so that I can switch from Russian language to mass communication.
Education. Yeah.
Yeah, so and while I was almost done, I met Afiz Mati. I was actually hoping that he would be in this session. We met on LinkedIn, interestingly.
Wow.
He just reached out to me, said he loves my spoken word and all. And then he said, why don't I? And then, I told him then, COVID, it was 2020,
Yeah.
and the clothing line went on like a hold, kind of. We had to put operations on hold temporarily. And that was the point when I started spoken word poetry and public speaking officially. I've always kind of done public speaking. So he said, like he looked at my profile and, he actually thinks I should consider graduate school. So
Mm.
I was like, well, I don't know. For me, fashion design has always been what it's what I've always done, right? It's just recently that I'm looking at the possibilities of academia, kind of. Then he said, I'm a great communicator, and he thinks I should apply to the US for communication. Now, remember, my mom had been pushing for Canada, but then the moment he said US, maybe it's just faith or whatever. I just kind of
Yeah.
keyed into it immediately. And it was like, if you're ready, we could just begin the processes. And right from then, it just put me through, okay, these are all the things you need to do. This is the step you need to take, do this next, and all of that. So it wasn't something that I always had on the drawing board. It was something that just presented itself to me, and I was
Mm.
able to key into it right away. And
Yeah.
US was the option that my mentor had for me because that's where he has experience.
Okay. So, will you suggest like if someone wants to travel and they want to stick on that process, having like a mentor, someone that have done it before, is essential to that journey?
Yes, because having a mentor kinds of it cuts the journey short for you. You
True.
know, it makes it a lot easier. You just get some like OT. Do you understand?
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so
I
something
like
that
I
could
like
have,
I like I like that word. Yeah.
yeah, some people have been trying for years, and you just realize it's just a little extra detail. But then a
Yeah.
mentor will say, "This is what you should do," and then it just clicks. And then we
That's
we
true.
actually have a lot of people, even on LinkedIn, that share lots of tips on. They
Mm.
share links, they share schools that offer funding, they share the things you should do, what you put in your SOP. So I believe someone that's serious and pursuing graduate school should be following those people, and taking whatever it is they're guiding them on, basically.
Yeah. I think you're very correct. I would say I have a live stream this morning on Instagram, and one of the things I was saying to people is the conversation when people trying to transition into tech, right? So,
Yeah.
and the concept was like today internet is full with like wealth of knowledge, right? Like knowledge is there for free. Like what we are doing right now, you're not charging anyone, right? This is free. Like also other people are sharing their knowledge and everything, which is free. That means you can actually go from zero to expert without spending so much. But those knowledge is not enough because the knowledge are just scattered everywhere. You may not be able to organize yourself and everything. And
True.
that's where the concept of mentor comes in. You
True.
understand? Because
True.
the mentor can give you like, okay, check this, do this, do this, do this, and just like make your journey easier.
Exactly.
instead
I
of like just like reading everything about a particular topic and not even understand where to go. So I like the fact that you're able to like take advantage of mentoring. And for everyone that is listening right now, so it's not just about you're looking for postgraduate course or you want to go study abroad or something. For everything you're doing, having someone that have been through the process just make your life much more easier. And that's why like when I have conversation like this, I love to like share things that I've proven. So
of
that's
course.
why you know, like it's much more easier talking with someone that been through the process. Like, people have I don't have anything wrong with coach. Coach is amazing. Like I just have some problem a little bit with people that like life coach because I just feel like you can't be a life coach until you've been through all of life.
Yeah.
But you could be a mentor, life mentor, because mentoring is basically what you've experienced and you can teach people at that stage of their life.
True.
Yeah. So which I think is great. So let's go straight to the I know a lot of people have waited to this. I know, yeah, if you just give us you've shared a lot of process and tips and stuff, but I just want us to you to take a little bit time, maybe 10-15 minutes. Just give us what's the process like from you, from when you I know really renewing your passport is the most essential thing
Yeah.
to do, and then what next, what next, what next? How did it
Okay.
all unravel? Yeah.
Yeah, so well, after your, I think, after the passport aspect and all, it's important to choose the right course of study. Now, this is where you want to find an intersection between your passion and what would actually give you a strong academic and financial hold in the region you're
Mm,
going to, and even if it's Nigeria. So you want to find out if you're maybe a lawyer, you want to find out what's the career growth like for lawyers where you're going. What's the
mm,
career growth for lawyers that are coming from Nigeria over there? What are these certifications you might have to take before you can practice? Is it really
true.
worth it? Do they employ immigrants? Is it easy to get a job and all? Because that's where you're choosing the course that you're going to study. Now, I've heard lots of people who had to find an intersection between law and tech because tech is kind of if it's kind of easier because maybe they discovered that it's easier for you to work with that in the region you're going to. I don't know about the exact courses there, but then there are courses that actually have those kind of intersections. So
Yeah.
that's where you have to do a lot of research. So you don't actually, take a course. You might get the funding, but then what next? Right? So if you do that research and find out, okay, what's lucrative in this environment, which one is going to give me a faster career growth, which one has more opportunities, that's when you decide, okay, this is what I want to do. And then, it's the 21st century. We have lots of courses that have intersections. So even if you are like in the humanities department, okay, in the humanities department, which role is very progressive for me, then you
Mm.
find out the universities that offer those courses. You go on and you search. The US has so many universities. Like
They
you
do.
have so
I
many
know.
options. Yeah, really. So like there are lots of options, but then which universities offer funding?
Okay.
That's very important. And
Narrowing down to
exactly. And I think a lot of these things you can find on Google. Some people have actually done the job of getting you links to the schools. I remember
sure.
I bookmarked one Twitter post, I think last year. It just kind of he had like a spreadsheet of all the schools that
Mm,
offer funding.
funding in US. Mm.
Exactly. You have access to that and okay, this is a gold mine. Now from the list you start to see, okay, which ones offer the courses that I, want, that I'm interested in, or which ones
Mm.
have something similar, something like that. Sometimes you're lucky to find. One thing I recommend is to, search on LinkedIn. Let's say you've streamlined your search to like 5 schools. So you go on LinkedIn and then you search for students in the school, maybe graduate teaching assistants or just students, because people update their LinkedIn profile and they put the name of their universities. LinkedIn is
Yeah.
going to bring out the list of these people. You want to connect with them, send them a message to say, "Hi, my name is this. I'm looking into applying to your school. I was hoping I could get some pointers in this direction. What's your opinion about funding in the school? Do they easily give funding?" People that are already in there are more likely to give you extra information than what you would find on the website. So it's very important. They're able to tell you that, well, the school is great, but maybe they're not really diverse, or maybe the faculties don't really have funding. They might even be able to tell you that, oh, you can actually quickly apply, so you get an application waiver.
Okay.
That's the aspect where you have to um connect and all. Then another very important thing is reaching out to the graduate coordinator. This is very important. So each of the schools have their websites. You go to the websites. If it's a master's program, you go to graduate school, you search for the your department. Now
Okay.
under that, you have the information of all the people in the department. So you send, and they put their email address there also. So you send a mail to the graduate coordinator, you introduce yourself, talk about your academic qualifications, your interest in
Mm.
studying in the school, your CGPA. You ask about the certifications that you need, maybe TOEFL, GRE. Most of the
Yeah.
information is on the website, but then sometimes they've updated something and it's not there, or maybe you didn't see it. And then
Yeah.
also, it also helps to build some rapport with the graduate coordinator so that they know that, oh, this person reached out to me. So even when your application comes in, they kind of remember you.
Yeah. True.
That's another way. And some people, go through another route of just sending a mail to the professor. They find the professor in the department they are interested in. They check the
Oh.
research interest. Yeah, they check the research interest. And then they shoot a mail to the professor, say, "Hi, my name is this. I went through your research interest that aligns with what I'm also interested in. I'm hoping I can get some assistantship." And that's like the shortcuts, and it works.
Yeah.
It actually
I think
works.
that applies to especially like PhDs.
Exactly,
Like that way
especially
it's much more
PhD.
easier. Yeah.
Yes. So, you put your qualifications and, why you think you're a good fit. And professor, it's more like code emailing. If you send to like
Yeah.
five, maybe one will reply you and you never know. You get.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, once you're done with that, if you have to write GRE, I know funding is kind of competitive, especially for some courses. If you're going
Okay.
into an engineering course or it's a science course,
Yeah.
you most likely need to write GRE. So that's when you want to find out about the GRE course. You pay for it, you prepare. Because I know it's not really that easy. You prepare for it. Then for English certification, most of the schools waive it for Nigeria.
Nigerians. That's good news.
Yeah, most of the schools waive it. It was just like one or two that didn't waive, but I still did my TOEFL, even though I did. It was just like, let's just package the whole thing. So
Yeah,
it
not to
was,
leave chances.
you get, and I did need it eventually. So if you're that kind of person that still wants to do it, then by all means, go ahead and do that. Then your transcripts very important, because our schools they could be the weapon fashion against you sometimes.
Tell me about it.
Oh no, it's a long process. I mean, I happen to even have like family working in UI, but even with that, I
It's even
still,
hard.
like they try, but then sometimes they just tell you that, oh, your transcript is stuck. Like, how can transcript be stuck? Like, how?
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
for transcript, actually, people like if you graduated, just start the process immediately.
Yeah, but then
So
even if you start the process and you do like West evaluation, now the West evaluation is accepted for when you're just applying to the school.
yeah,
When the school accepts your application, you're admitted, your university still needs to send your transcript directly to the school.
it's cool.
So
True.
me, I did the stress of evaluating my transcript through West. It took them
Okay.
months before they found my transcripts. Now, not long after, I went back and said, "Okay, I've gotten admission. Please let me send it to my school." I would have I expected that you guys, you just saw my transcript now. It's not up to 2 months. It should be easy to
Yeah.
just.
Transfer.
But they've been looking for it since June. Would you
Wow.
believe that? I'm telling you. It was just last week that they said they found it. And I'm like,
Goodness.
how? You get so,
I'm like,
you know,
what? Is it what like this was my village people
no,
waiting for
like,
me?
no, universities can really, if you don't start early, they can really, like, they've made people lose opportunities because
True.
of this.
That's very true.
So my advice is try the West evaluation. Some schools accept West evaluated transcripts even after the final process. Not many, but some
Yeah,
accept. So if you have your West, you know that at least you have some backup, right? At least you have some backup.
sure.
And then what else? Of course, you send the application. Early applications get application waivers. I didn't really use that.
Applications like waivers like fees.
Yeah, because their application fees,
Okay.
yeah, it's like $60. Some are 100, some are 80, some are 70.
Dependent.
And then if you want to apply to a lot of schools, you know that you have to
You have
pay
to, yeah,
all these small, small. Yeah, it's not small when you convert it to naira.
that's true.
Yeah, so you have to keep that in mind. Also, that's where you want to reach out, send a message to the guy coordinator, ask them, is there an application waiver for this? How can I access it? Sometimes some schools have application waivers. Then after you do that, what's next? I don't know. Some schools do interviews. I didn't do any interview. I applied to 5 schools and none of them asked for an interview.
Yeah, I was about to go in there because like the odds of having three universities giving you offer, that's like a lot. Three. So how many did you apply for?
I applied to 5.
Oh my god, like you got like 75% of your application.
Is it up to
That's
75%?
70, that's about 75, right? Or
That's
more than 80,
60%.
like 60%, three and two. I would say 75%.
Okay.
That's 75%, like in a way. Like because like I'm just looking at the chance, like for me in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe you have like apply for like 10 or 15 and then get three. Because that shows like how strong your application is, and from the things that you've done. So like from your own advice, what is the maximum numbers of schools? I know the application is not simple, it's not easy also, and also sometimes the cost and everything. What is the maximum number of school you would advise for people to focus on? Sometimes you could actually be distracted if you have too many schools also. And then maybe you didn't put in a very strong application because you're just rushing.
Yeah.
But would you say what would be like the maximum number of schools you would advise that will work well
Yeah.
within?
At the end of the day, it boils down to you, your pocket, how much
Yeah.
your
Yeah, the
time.
application fees,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, because it's apart from the fees, it's stressful. Because I had
Yeah.
to write SOP for all these schools. I wrote the standard SOP and then I had to be editing it per school. You get, so
Yeah.
I'll check, and in the SOP I want to talk about, I want them to know I know the courses I want to come and take. So I'm talking about
Hmm.
courses, I'm talking about maybe a professor in the departments. I'm checking the professors, looking at their research and saying, oh, I'm interested in this person's research interest, which is a lot of work. So if you're doing 20, you know that you're doing a lot of work, really.
Yeah.
But then
So yeah, go ahead.
I don't have like a fixed standard. I would say that well, I think at least 3 to 5, at
Okay.
least. Now, I don't have any figure for the maximum. It's all on you, really. I know someone that did just one and she got funded.
Wow.
Just one. Yeah, really. So
That's some faith.
exactly. So it all depends on you, really. But just make sure that what you're doing, even if it's just one you're applying to, you're giving it yeah, yeah, you're giving it your best shots, really,
Yeah.
especially your SOP. Your SOP has to be like
What is the
that.
SOP? Some
The
people may
SOP is
not know.
the statement of purpose.
Statement
That's
of
where you
purpose.
talk
Okay.
about you kind of it's more like you telling a story about
Mm,
where you're coming from, why you want to get the why you want to study what you want to study in the school, and what you hope to
mm,
achieve from it. Now, in between all of that a lot of things that you actually have to impress them with, basically.
Yeah, true.
So if writing is not really your strong point, this is where you want to get help from people that are really good at, telling their stories and all. Even
Yeah,
if you have to pay for it,
true.
we it's an asset. Once you have it, you have it. Really.
So
I
storytelling is amazing. Sorry, I cut it short. I want to do
Yeah.
advertisement. That's why. Sorry. I want
Okay.
to advertise Kehinde. Kehinde is an amazing writer and also like a fantastic storyteller. If you are following her, you have read some of her spoken words and poem. I follow them all the time. I like it.
Thank
So uh yeah, you can reach out to her, and that's the essence of this anyway. But don't bombard her with so much information. And also, if you need to pay, please pay, because it's
you.
not easy. I'm telling you, like if you need to pay, pay for it. Because and sometimes if you like you've written something, it's good for you to have an idea of what you want to write. And then if you consult someone like Kennedy, she can then enhance it and help you communicate that idea better. You understand? So don't be like, I don't know, just give me, it's not like ChatGPT, give me SOP without any contest. So you should
Okay.
have a contest, you should have a story yourself, but it can be very hard for you to write it in a way that is appealing because some people just like underwrite themselves. Like you have some
Being
amazing story, but
humble.
yeah, like I remember a friend MWF, and you just like put some statement there, and I was just like seeing the uh humbleness. I'm like, please, please remove all of these things. It is you. It's not like you were. I was honored to. Okay.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Really,
So
like your SOP is not where. I mean, you're not bragging. You're
yes, yes,
just
yes.
speaking with confidence about the things you've done,
Done.
the
Yeah.
impact you've made. And most of the time, it's not only academic qualifications they want to see. They want to
True.
see that you are well-rounded. Apart from, okay, you're a first class student. You might be a first class graduate of the university and you might still not get funding.
True.
Because what other things have you done? What impact have you made in your community? What other things can you do? That's why you want to show it. What's your
Yeah.
career growth like? Apart from your BA or your MA, what are the other certifications you've done? So like that's also one of something that I did. I took a two Coursera courses
Wow.
in communication niche, just to show that okay, apart from the fact that I'm doing a PGD, I also want to learn more about this. And I talked about that in my SOP. I even talked about some of the things I learned from those courses, and now it has
Good.
helped me.
Yeah.
So sell yourself.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I was on MIT website admission, and interesting thing, MIT don't even tell you what like they were like just surprise us. Like they don't care about your certificates or whatever. Just tell us what we've not had before. These are the schools that they've seen. What kind of application do you want to write? Sir? They've seen everything.
Really, really.
So yeah, just they're like eat us. Okay, let's see. So I think
Stress us.
that's the concept of a lot of people, especially young people, when you try to tell them about volunteering, going out of your way to be able to do something in your community. Everything is not just about money, 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 money. There is a lot of ways people can contribute.
True.
So many ways. Like you don't. I remember long time ago when I was still in Nigeria. So there was this organization they call Django Girls. So what Django Girls does is they mentor and train girls across high school and think university also on how to code with Python and stuff. And so a friend, uh, she wasn't even a friend at the time because we don't know each other. I just saw her post on Facebook, I think, or Twitter that they are hosting one in Lagos. And they were like, call for volunteers, right? And I'm like, okay, I will like to volunteer. So I went there. I was in Abuja at the time. I actually flown myself to Abuja
Mm.
with my own money and I paid for my own hotel just to go mentor young girls,
Wow.
and be able to and that was it. And she was even surprised, like, Peter, why would you do all of that? Like, it's not saying I was paid or anything, just volunteering. And, a year after, I got a full funded scholarship to Italy. And
Wow.
that was my major story.
Amazing.
You
Really.
understand?
Wow.
So, sometimes people don't understand some of these things that you do, and there is a lot of, it could just be that little volunteering, it could just be like just your neighboring cleaning, it could just be like contributing to little things, helping in the mother's baby's home. As simple as it is, it could just like open a lot of doors, because not everyone are doing those things. Everybody are busy with their life doing those things. So for you to make your time to be able to contribute, no matter how small it is, it says a lot about you, about leadership, about your concerns, about the impact you want to see and you want to make in the world. And it gives reason why, okay, we can invest in this person. And then imagine if someone that can fly itself to from Abuja to Lagos to go and mentor kids, young people, if that person have more knowledge or more money,
You
what else
do
can he
more.
do? And then so that's the essence. So if you are listening, so it's not just about your academic qualifications. There have been people that don't even have a lot of academic qualifications that have been able to benefit from a lot of things. So your contributions matters a lot.
True.
Okay. So let's go to the next step, Kainde. You have three offers. How did you make your choice?
Okay, so two of the offers were fully funded. One of
Okay.
it was 50%
No,
funded.
I take fully
So
funded.
it was it was easy to it was easy to kick that one out of
So
the
you
offer.
have two left.
Yes. So now you see, the first offer came really early. It came as early as March this year.
Wow.
So I was like, wow. And like it was really structured. Like I just really loved how structured they were. Everything was ready. Now the second offer didn't come until July ending.
Mm.
And I was like, why?
What's
It's
going on? Yeah.
what's going on? And my mentor was like, this school, you get it. But they had not sent they had not sent it. And I'm like, so if I want to travel August, it's now that you just want to start telling me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I was already kind of put off. Not put off, you get,
But
but
just
I was,
like what is happening, like you're like, oh,
you
okay, maybe
get.
I'll just have to go with this one.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the first one already. Now, when the second one came in, although it was fully funded, you know, like we get paid stipends monthly.
Yeah.
This one has more stipends than
Oh.
that's one. Then the university is also more diverse, you know.
Okay, good. Yeah. I
So
would I
and
would like that, even above anything, because you want to
exactly,
be in a place where you have familiar faces.
exactly. So that was actually that was the deciding factor for me.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think that's really brilliant. For me also, I will do that. Number one, I'll take more money. Yeah, more money is good because I'm stranded. So,
Sure.
and then diversity is very, very important, especially when you're traveling abroad where you're not going to be seeing your family members, where you're far away from everyone. You want to be in a space where it's like us. Also, that's why we love this city where we are in. It's very, very diverse, like very, very diverse. So, which is really, really great. And yeah, so Michigan is not far from Chicago, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I
Like
can
an
remember
hour flight or less than, like
they
45
are
minutes.
neighboring states now.
Yes. But you
Okay.
still, if
Yeah.
by here, it's still like an hour.
Yeah, yeah, I know. US is huge. It's a huge country.
Extremely, extremely.
Yeah, so that's really amazing conversation, and and it really is. For me, I believe, I think from all of the conversation we've had, a lot of people want desire things. Desiring is good, but it's not enough.
You have to put in the work.
Yeah, so you have to put in the work, and
And
it's not going to be easy. You know, it's going to be painful, it's going to be hard, it's going to be a lot of things. But what I always tell people is this: if there is a will, there
it's
would
okay.
definitely be a way. You understand? And also, if you think about it, aside from the application fee, even the application fee, how much? $60, $100, $50. Like if you put everything together, maybe you're applying for 5 schools, maybe $300 at least.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine $300 to gain, like, I don't know how much schools are going to invest, but like
A
more than
year. A year is
150,000.
30,000.
Yep. Uh, School fees alone, living cost is expensive, stipend.
Everything,
So
yeah.
it's a lot. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that you are going to be invested in. So if a school is going to invest that much into you, so what are you willing to invest into yourself?
True. Absolutely.
So that is my challenge to everyone that is listening here. The opportunity is there, but you need to demonstrate that you deserve that opportunity. You understand?
True.
So, and what I've discovered is that even though we talk about all of these opportunities, there is not so many people that are desiring them or are putting the work to actually get it. So if you are listening right now and you want to put 50% work, you have 90% chance of actually getting those opportunities. You
True.
understand? Because even now, 90% of the people that will listen to this will not even take action. It could be just 10% of people that will take action.
Yeah, so many people send you DMs, and
I'm
from
like,
the
yeah,
DMs, like you can tell who is serious and who
you
is not.
serious or not? You understand?
That's
So which I think it's, yeah, really, really great. I don't want us to take so much time. Also, thank you very much. I also need to go rest a little bit and then I'll be off the road tomorrow morning. Again,
uh,
yeah, having some I'm going to Germany. We have a conference for like a week. I have a
wow.
summit also I'm attending. So thank you very much, Kendi, for
Okay.
this session. I really appreciate it, and I know a lot of people will have to rewatch this again. Maybe some people have come and just like leave and stuff like that. So in conclusion, what would just be your like advice to people or like pointers and stuff like that in recap for those who want to like okay, because Kendi, because of you, I was inspired and I
Oh,
also
okay.
want to replicate what you've done. Yeah.
Well, I would say that the work the opportunities you get now is most likely as a result of the work you've done years back.
Mhm.
So the best bet to actually put yourself in the right standing is to always look out for opportunities to do things, to do great stuff before you
Mhm.
actually meet the end result. So, graduate school, if you're pursuing graduate school, it's possible that this year or next year might not be the year you have to apply. You might have to actually take out 2 years to do some groundwork before.
Mhm.
So the best bet is that whatever you're doing, even if things are not moving so well for you, ensure that you are actually moving somewhere. Either you're
Mhm.
volunteering or you're taking courses, learn about the in-demand skills that you need so that when the opportunity comes, you've already done the work. So it's
Mhm.
easy for you to, take those opportunities and get accepted for them.
Thank you very much. I think you kill it, and that's the word really. But before we go, I want us to answer this question. I want you to answer this question. Respond to this from Temitope Iwatomo. Uh, she's asking, thanks for the valuable insight. How were you able to combine your degrees, BSc and PGD? So coming from a background in Russian language to studying mass communication. I think some
Okay.
people are like, is it possible?
Yeah, so I studied Russian language for my undergraduates, and then for my PGD, it was masters I actually wanted to do in Nigeria. But I was
Mm.
told that because I'm coming from an arts background, I need to,
Oh,
do a PGD. It's more like an interim course. So the PGD was the interim for my masters in communication right now. Yeah, I
oh,
hope
okay.
that answers my question. So the PGD was like me pivoting to communication. Now I can easily do a master's in communication.
Oh, okay, that's great. Well, I think this is like similar question. Like, is combination of degrees acceptable?
I
Like,
didn't
I'm not
do my
sure.
PGD together with my bachelor's. I finished my bachelor's in 2016. My PGD I
Mm.
started 2020 or 2021 thereabout. So I already got my bachelor's degree. It was some years after that I decided to go for a PGD. Now after
Mm.
my PGD, it was like during the course of my PhD, I was already applying to schools. So the moment I submitted my
Oh,
projects in August, in fact, I just submitted my project. I'm flying next to my
wow. Oh
master's
my God.
back to back.
What? That's in. Oh my God. How did you do that? How did you do that?
Yeah, like
That's,
the scholarship just came like at the right time. I didn't actually know it was going to be back
yeah.
to back like that. It just happened to come, right? And then
Mm.
having that PGD actually helped because when I was applying, some of the application requirements is that you should have like a social science background. So the
Yeah.
PGD was that platform for me.
Background that give you the
Yes,
platforms. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's very good. I think the talk where you get it. I think the idea is that look at the gap. If you have any gap when you are transitioning, so ask a mentor, ask people, even ask the school. They will definitely guide you. Like, a lot of people are just scared of asking questions. I don't know why. Like universities have contact us. It's it's for you to contact them. They're not going to eat
Exactly.
you. They're not going to say why do you like. Don't be scared. Like send message to them. Like a lot of people are like, I'm like, they are there. They are institutions. They are there to cater for
That's,
you.
grad coordinators, that's basically what they're there
That's
for.
their job. They are waiting for you
They're
to
waiting.
send them questions.
Exactly.
So if there is anything you are not sure about, contact them. The school needs students. If you're not there, it won't be school. So don't be scared.
Exactly.
Don't be
Ask,
scared at
ask
all.
questions.
Just reach out to them. I'm not clear about this. Can you waive this? Do I need to get this? Like, because you have interest. That's the reason you ask questions. So ask all of the questions you have, and they're not going to put you off. Even it will make they like the questions even more. They like the questions. So thank you very much, Kendi, once again. I really appreciate your time, and hope also to see you very, very soon. Very, very soon. I'm
Okay.
definitely need to come to the US. I will. I will definitely because
Let
there are
us
a lot of friends there now.
let
So
us know when you're around. So we
yeah.
can chop tech money. You know me, I'm desperate.
It's okay. Don't worry. We'll bring in it there.
All
So
right.
that'll be good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Kendi. Enjoy the rest
Welcome.
of your
You
week.
too, and have a safe trip too.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Bye.